Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia. Welcome to our live stream. I'm doing things a little differently. Normally I film with a handheld camera, but today I'm going to be sitting at a desk. I'm using my laptop here, so hopefully we did a little test about a half an hour ago, and I was told that the sound quality was fine, so hopefully this is all good. I see a few of you are on right now. What we're talking about today, I have information here on the Canadian version of the Kia K5. That K5 is the Optima replacement. If you're not joining us live and you're just joining the feed after we've been live, so what is it, about 11:24 on Friday, August 14th. If you're not joining us live, skip ahead to about the 3-minute mark. We're just going to let a few people join in that want to join in, and then we are going to dig right into the K5. So in the meantime, I'm going to explain how this works. The information I have, you can see I did a nice little K5 picture there, like this, K5. The information I have is preliminary. I can't promise you that all of this is accurate. I feel confident that much of it will be very accurate. We certainly have a lot of stuff we can probably rely on for sure. There may be some details that can change. They reserve the right to change these at any time. Secondly, this is a document that I cannot show to you. I cannot give to you. I can, however, talk about it. Pricing, I cannot talk about. It says right here, pricing is under embargo until September 2nd. So tune in September 2nd. I haven't checked what day that is. Maybe if that's a work day, of course, September 2nd, we'll be talking about that. So I can't talk about pricing, won't talk about pricing, but I'll tell you everything that we do know. So normally I used to do these videos, as soon as we had a new information, I go right like this, I do a one take and I just read through the spec sheet and then you guys have an information. We've been doing live videos during this whole COVID stuff. Usually every day at 2 o'clock I go live, we talk about an actual car. I'm gonna do that as well today. But this is sort of a special edition live video, and we are going to talk about this. I can see your comments. There's a bunch of them there already. I'm going to try to get to as many as I can, but I am going to go through some of this information. So we're going to jump back and forth between the comments. I don't know how long we'll be on today, but we're just going to go through. So if you're watching and you want to know how long this is going to take, I'm going to try to go through the information first, and then we'll go back to your comments. To be very fair, I've only seen this for a matter of minutes. I've been busy getting this ready, doing some other things. So there may be some information here that I have to just think about for a second, and I may give you my opinion on some things. And like I said, if I misspeak on something, this is a video that I'm doing my best on, and I will do my best to be accurate for you. Do me a favor, hit the like button for us. If you're watching with us, likes help us. You guys know how YouTube works. If I can earn your like or if I can earn your subscription to this video, that'd be fantastic. Of course, if you're interested in the K5, the more we have, the more we're going to put out. So if you want to subscribe to our channel, nobody's going to lead us on YouTube content. We have more subscribers than 14 automotive brands in Canada. We do a good job of providing you information, and we're going to be straightforward with you. All right, we're at the 3-minute mark. So what are we doing today? We're looking at the K5. Just real quickly, this is information that is preliminary. It could change at any minute. A lot of it we know is not going to change, but there could be pieces in here that do change. So I'm going to tell you what this document says. I cannot send this document out. This is an internal document. It is for our dealership use, but we can tell our customers about it. And the nice thing is we are able to tell a lot of customers because we have a lot of you following on YouTube. So I appreciate that. If at any point I can earn your like or subscription on this video, that'd be great. If you want to know more about the K5, I would encourage you to subscribe. We do a lot of videos, but when we have K5 information, we will jump out. Quick disclaimer, I'll do my best to be accurate. Sometimes I might misspeak. I have not done enough studying on this car to be 100% sure of everything, and I am doing this live, which makes it a little bit interesting. Second thing is, what was I going to say? It doesn't matter. I'll be as accurate as I can. I'll tell you what I can. I'll take your comments. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is I have intentionally not looked at the American K5. So if I seem confused about something you're talking about, I just don't want to confuse my brain with K5 information that's American and K5 information that's Canadian. So we are a Canadian-based dealership. A lot of our information is the same as States, but I know some things are going to be different in Canada. People are looking forward to some upgraded equipment in Canada, and I think, to be honest, I think we have some of that. All right, we're going to dig in. This information, like I said, I can't share everything with you. I'm just going to skip through the first couple pages, which are just a whole lot of nothing. All right. They compare it to the industry to start. Number one, we are getting turbo engines in all trim levels. We do have the 2.5-liter turbo as a GT model at the very top end of the lineup. That one is not all-wheel drive. At first glance here, everything else is all-wheel drive. There is a strange noise outside my building. All right, so we'll talk about that in a second. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with an asterisk will be available. I believe that is only on the top line GT. So we'll go through some of those things. And again, like I said, I've skimmed through this information, but this is my first time really digging into it. New platform, sporty exterior design, they're calling it. Lower center of gravity, lightweight but rigid. More sporty in the GT and GT line. There's an 8-speed automatic transmission in both cars. One of them is a dual, I say both cars, both engines. One has a dual clutch, one has a regular 8-speed automatic. All-wheel drive is standard on every trim level except for that turbo at the very top, the GT with a 2.5 turbo. We're going to dig into that. Safety equipment, we've got a lot of it. Lane keep assist, lane follow assist, forward collision avoidance, blind spot collision avoidance assist, 9 airbags, safe exit warning, electronic parking brake with auto hold. So we're going to talk about all of those things in a minute. All right. You guys have a whole bunch of comments here, so I'm going to just quickly glance at them. Cadenza, we'll talk about that in a second. So K5 paper, that was part of the live. Okay. Okay, you guys are going to miss the Optimum name? Yeah, I'm okay with them changing the name. Okay, here's a page I want to show you that I can show you. Here's basically some of the looks of stuff. So what you can see here, LX and EX are going to have a little bit different bumper than the GT line and the GT. So the GT line, we're going to get to this in a minute. GT line, EX, and LX. So there's 4 trim lines. Let's start at the bottom. LX, EX, GT line, and GT. The bottom 3 trim levels have the same engine. But you can see that the GT line will have a sportier bumper. So again, these aren't really for you to examine what's different, just to say that there is a difference between the bumpers on the GT line. The front bumper on the GT line GT is different than the LX and EX. LED headlights and full LED headlights. So there's LED MFR. Just at a quick glance, again, this is where I may be inaccurate on some of my information. It looks like some of the headlights are going to be more Kia Seltos, Kia Soul style headlights, LED headlights. And some of them are going to be a different full LED, looks like projector beam style. So bear with me on that. I haven't done my research on that yet, but it looks like LED lighting on everything, just a little different style LED lighting on the GT only. So LED headlights on the GT line, EX and LX. LED fog lights only available on the GT at this point is what we're seeing. Everything with the 1.6 liter turbo engine is going to have a single hidden muffler. I'll try to show you that right here. Just there we go. You can sort of see the single hidden muffler there. They are expecting a twin dual muffler on the GT model. And again, we're going to talk about what that means in a minute. Tail lights on the LX, a little different than on everything else. EX, GT line, and GT are going to have the headlights that you guys have seen in the pictures. There is a rear spoiler, a nice little lip spoiler on the GT line and the GT. What does this mean in summary? My opinion, GT line and GT are going to look very similar to the average consumer. The car connoisseur will definitely notice right away the GT from the GT line. There will be a wheel difference as well. And LX and EX, still very sharp looking cars, still very exciting looking cars. It's going to be fairly sporty, but there will be a difference in the sport lineup. UVO Intelligence features list. So these cars at some level will have UVO Intelligence. I haven't looked up which ones yet. We'll do that together. Here's my features list. I have no information. What does it say? To be updated. So we know there's going to be UVO Intelligence in this car. We can expect remote start. We can expect, so UVO Intelligence is a cell phone app in Canada. It provides a whole bunch of things. The biggest thing people like is a cell phone, or you can start your car from your cell phone. You also have the ability to, find your car, lock and unlock your car, all sorts of features in there. Those are the popular ones. A bunch of other features in there. So, automatic transmission. Okay, skip through this page here. Nothing really interesting. Here we go. So what I'm going to do now for the next several minutes, again, grab yourself a coffee if you're not watching live. This is not the most exciting videos we do, but it is a way for us to provide information to you. So we're going to go through some of the features on the LX all-wheel drive. So again, every vehicle is all-wheel drive except for the GT with the bigger engine. So real quick, what are we looking at? LX all-wheel drive, EX all-wheel drive, GT line all-wheel drive. Those are going to have the same engine. Then there's a GT dual clutch transmission. Those of you looking to break ground, you were wondering if there's a 12.3-inch display on any of our Canadian models. It sounds like the Americans don't have that. The 12.3-inch display is coming on the GT model. GT model will be a late release. It's called a winter release at this point. GT coming in winter 2020. So that is the projection. Again, none of this is set in stone yet, but that's what they're telling their dealers. So it sounds like we are getting some equipment that I think was not available in the States. You guys can tell me more about that. All right. Will any of the Lenos have paddle shifters, LCD instrument cluster? Yeah, let me get through some of these and we'll answer some of your questions. Horsepower of the two engine choices. Great question. So we'll start right there. You know what? Let me just skip back to the horsepower. We'll just talk about the engines before we get the trims. Hold on one second. I just want to find the right page. Okay. Before we get to the trims, let's talk about engines. So again, 4 trim levels. The first 3 have this engine. 180 horsepower, 1.6 liter turbo with 195 foot-pounds of torque. The torque is available from, the full torque is available from 1,500 RPM to 4,500 RPM. What does that mean, basically? Should be good for fuel efficiency. I have those numbers here, but you're going to have good power, full torque throughout. It appears to be basically the same as the Seltos engine, a little bit more power, 180 and 195, so that makes some sense. Those are all-wheel drive in Canada, so all-wheel drive across the line on that engine. Fuel economy numbers, 9.2 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.9 highway, 8.2 combined. Keeping in mind, this is an all-wheel drive car, so very good numbers there. So again, 180 horsepower, 195 foot-pounds of torque. Now, when you move to the GT, the only model with the 2.5 liter turbo, you're getting big numbers, big numbers. Again, both these cars have more torque than horsepower. Torque is the power you feel. So 2.5 liter turbo, 290 horsepower, 311 foot-pounds of torque from 1,650 RPM to 4,000 RPM. So that is pretty extensive. That's pretty good horsepower. 290 and 311. That's the most powerful 4-cylinder we've ever had, to my knowledge. Yeah, no, that absolutely is the most powerful 4-cylinder. No fuel economy numbers on that. Transmission is different on that engine. So you have a dual clutch transmission. It's an 8-speed dual clutch. The other one has an 8-speed regular automatic. I would assume, and this is just me guessing, that regular automatic on the 1.6 liter turbo is probably in line with maybe the Stinger, the Sorento, the Sedona. That's an 8-speed transmission as well. Could be a part that's in common with those, which is a good quick shifting transmission. That's a compliment, even though it's in some of those other cars that you may not think is a fun to drive transmission. So yeah, 8-speed automatic transmission on the 1.6 liter 4-cylinder. That 2.5 liter 4-cylinder has the dual clutch. All right. Let me just glance at questions really quickly, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get to the sort of the boring part of stuff here. Like I said, grab yourself a coffee. We're going to go through trim by trim what we've got. K5 GT compared to the Stinger GT. We'll talk about that. Let's just see. Imagine if we had a V6. I don't think you need a V6 in this. 300 plus horsepower. I'm cool with that. This is a front-wheel drive family sedan. We've got the Stinger for the next step up. Okay. Take my time, they say. Okay. Okay, so I think I've covered most of what you need. Let's jump into the trim lines. LX, this is the entry-level model. Again, I can't talk about pricing because they are not releasing that. Here we go. 1.6 liter engine, 8-speed automatic transmission. That's a regular automatic, not the dual clutch. All-wheel drive is standard on this car. We have manual tilt and telescopic steering wheel, of course, electronic parking brake. So you get electronic parking brake right on the entry level, which is kind of nice. 9 airbags. Do we care where they are? We can talk about that later. Front driver, front passenger, we'll skip that. ABS, stability control, hill assist, no problem. Lane keep assist, lane follow assist. So the advanced, I call lane follow assist sort of the advanced lane keeping assist. Those will be on the base level engine, even there. Forward collision avoidance assist, car and pedestrian with the camera type. Blind spot collision avoidance assist. So blind spot collision warning is when the light comes on in your mirror. Blind spot collision avoidance assist allows the car to brake the opposite front wheel and steer the car away. So it's the better blind spot collision. A lot of our guests sometimes walk in here and they look at the blind spot detection. They say, "Hey, my competitive car has that. That's what I want." This is a excuse me. This is a better system. I brought my water in here for a second, guys. Sorry, I knew I was going to do this. Bear with me for a second. All right. So blind spot collision assist, tire pressure monitoring system. We expect that. We've got that on even the base level. Rear view camera with parking guidance dynamic. So basically guidelines in the rear view camera. We'll see if that's a different system, but nothing too out of the realm there. They call it SEW, safe exit warning. So it's like the Seltos. Use that blind spot detection. If your car is parked here and there's a car coming up beside you, your car will alert you that not to open the door because let's say a vehicle is coming up beside you. Manual child lock as well. 16-inch wheels. What do we got here? Water sucks. No, water's great. Okay. K5, thank you for saying that you like watching my videos. I always joke back, you need better hobbies, but thank you. Okay, 16-inch wheels, spare tire is there. So if you want a spare tire, we did not lose a spare tire in this car. LED headlamps, multi-MFR. I apologize, I did not look up what multi-MFR means. My guess is they look similar to the Seltos LED lights or the Kia Soul LED lights on this trim. The GT line has a different style LED lights, but all will be LED from the looks of it. High beam assist, that turns your high beams on and off on its own, which is nice. LED daytime running lights, LED position lamps, so LEDs all around from the looks of it. I'm not sure about the rear lights. Body color outside mirrors, that's kind of to be expected. Electric mirror, yeah. Solar glass, single muffler, dual muffler bumper, fake type. Oh, so the bumper has that look of the dual mufflers, kind of like the Seltos has that look. Door can't handles are body color. Aero wipers, no big deal. Natural skid plate, mudguard, don't care about that. Cloth seats, okay, here we go. Cloth seats, power driver seat with lumbar support. So it's a two-way lumbar support on the power driver seats. Front seat height adjuster, 60-40 split rear seats, heated front seats, of course. Front seat back pockets, leather steering wheel and knob. Illuminated vanity mirror, front cup holders, heated steering wheel. So heated steering wheel, heated seats, standard on the whole car. This is actually very good equipment on this car. Smart key and button start, so push button start. So there you go, push button start on every car, kind of expected that. Central door locking, power windows, radio plus HD plus, so you get 8-inch display as standard equipment on the base model. Oh, it says wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So I wasn't expecting the wireless Android Auto until the higher trim level. But if this information is correct, and again, this information could be incorrect, it says wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, I did see an asterisk on the Android, I did see an asterisk on the Android Auto system, so there's something different about the Android Auto that may not be wireless for everything, but if your phone is capable of wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, it looks like the car will be as well. Steering wheel remote control, yeah, that makes sense. So the steering wheel buttons for Bluetooth, audio, those kind of things, typical stuff. Supervision 4.2-inch TFT LCD display. So in the center of the console, 4.2-inch display. A lot of our Seltos has that sort of standard stuff. Day-night rearview mirror, that's of course. Cruise control, of course. Heated washer nozzle. Okay, heated washer nozzles. This is something that people don't think about. You know when you turn your wipers on in the winter and you spray your washer and it instantly freezes? That doesn't happen with the heated washer nozzles. So on something like the Seltos, they come on automatically below a certain temperature. And when you spray that windshield washer on your fluid on your window, it doesn't freeze right after that. So that's kind of what that's designed for. USB outlet, there's one in the front, 2 in the console. All right, that's the LX. We can get back to that. If you have questions, stick with me. We'll go through the questions. EX adds. So that's the car. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, heated front seats, heated steering wheel, 8-inch screen. Looks like wireless CarPlay. A lot of safety features, including blind spot avoidance assist, those kinds of things. Okay, so let's jump up here. So EX model, sorry, I was jumping at your questions there, but I'll get to them in a second. Parking distance warning reverse. That's a new system. I don't want to speak to it completely, but parking distance warning in reverse, basically to warn you. It might be parking beepers like we've had, but it's a new term for it, which might mean a new system for it. Oh boy. Forward collision avoidance, that's what FCA stands for. CARPED, so car, pedestrian, and cyclist. So once you have forward collisions avoidance assist in the LX. Once you move up to the EX, it's basically a more advanced system. It doesn't just look for cars, it looks for cars, pedestrians, and cyclists. That's the step up. Forward collision avoidance junction, JX. So this is turning. So this is a newish system. Again, the term is new, which means the system might be new. I'll talk more about that when we get the car closer and I've been educated on it a little bit. Smart cruise control with stop and go. EX model has the smart cruise control with stop and go. So that's the full smart cruise control, not just the cruise control where if a car cuts in front of you, your car will slow down to that speed, but right down to stop and go traffic, the smart cruise control will work. Pretty good features on that EX. You do have an 18-inch wheel, so you're going to notice the difference from the LX to the EX, not just 1 inch, but a 2-inch bigger wheel. So tire size is going to lose some sidewall, bigger wheel. LED combination rear lamp, so again, LED rear lighting now. Panoramic sunroof. You guys were all upset that the Kia Soul did not continue with the panoramic sunroof. You guys were upset that the Seltos did not have a panoramic sunroof. The Optima has had a panoramic sunroof, and now it continues with the panoramic sunroof on the EX trim. and a glossy black skid plate. So just real quick, what are we adding? A lot of safety features, smart cruise control, bigger wheels, LED rear lights, and like I said, that panoramic sunroof. That's what the big EX step is on that side. You get leather seats as well. Sorry, artificial leather seats. So that's probably a lot like the Seltos. Going to be dead straight honest with you. I think our artificial leather is better than leather. So those are going to be nice seats. Chrome coated inside handles, so a little bit more shiny handles inside. Front seat back pocket with a panel with a pocket, so maybe only one pocket on the other car. This one has them on both pocket, or sorry, the LX probably only has the passenger side pocket. This one have two. Hydro wood graphics center fascia pattern, so a wood look trim piece on the inside. LED overhead console lamp, so you got LED interior lighting in this car, which I always think makes the car look a lot more expensive, looks nice. And power windows, front auto, up, down, and safety. So you get up, down automatic windows on the front windows. I think it was only auto on the driver's seat before. Wireless phone charger as well. So if you don't have your car plugged in for Android, or your phone plugged in for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, you can just set it down and have wireless charging. Heated windshield glass. I've got this on my Kia Soul EV. Some of our Kia Souls have that. Very cool. It's a little grid in the windshield. So if this is the exact same thing, you can expect that. That's a fantastic system. Instantly clears fog and ice off your windshield. Very, very good. Auto window defogger. So that's part of the probably auto climate control, but auto window defogger and a rain sensor. So rain sensor, I assume, means on the wipers. We'll have to double check that. All right, so that's the LX EX. So again, just looking at the pictures, those cars are going to look the same except for the wheels. Now we're moving to some different bumpers, different trim line, a little bit more sportier look in the GT line. Just to be clear with our lines here, GT line is still 1.6 liter engine. GT is a 2.5 liter engine. So same engine, more sporty look on this one. Okay, auto child lock with safe exit assist. Basically, remember when I said earlier in the trim lines, you'll be warned if you're going to open your door into traffic. Now it'll lock the door. Telluride has this. It can lock the door. I think it's just the rear doors. Can lock the door if someone's coming up beside you. So you're parked here, someone's driving up beside you. Let me go. You're parked here, someone's driving up beside you. You will be warned so you don't open the door into them. In the previous models, this one can actually lock the rear doors. So again, Telluride has this. Seltos has the previous system of just warning you. This one will lock the door. That was a long version. Still have 18-inch alloy wheels. They're black. We're going to look at the wheels in a second. It is a different wheel between EX and GT line, same size but different style. Rear spoiler comes in here, gloss black on the outside mirror housing. So instead of having body color mirror housing, you now get the gloss black, which will match that rear spoiler. I believe that rear spoiler will be black as well. Sport type radiator grille, hyper silver metallic paint. So a different grille. Sounds pretty cool with a hyper silver. Gloss black outside mirror. We talked about that. Sport bumper with gloss black, silver skid plate, power folding outside mirrors. So that's something I didn't expect. I thought they were going to get rid of the power folding outside mirrors. We have that on the Optima now. Basically, you hit a button, the mirrors come in, and you hit out, and they will probably work just on the key fob as well. So still have that. So that's something they've been moving away from in the Forte and the Soul. So that's interesting. Sorry about a little bit of noise here. There's something going on the outside of the building here. All right. Comfort, power passenger seat with lumbar support, memory driver seats, ventilated seats, heated rear seats, and a sports leather steering wheel. So sports leather steering wheel often means the D-cut steering wheel, flat bottom steering wheel. I don't know for sure if that'll have it here, but that's what I would expect. You move up to the 10.25 inch screen, you add navigation, you add UVO intelligence, and satellite radio. So GT line, bigger screen. This is the same thing as the upper end Kia Soul, upper end Kia Seltos, 10.25 inch, same as a Telluride. So 10.25 inch screen. You add HD radio, UVO intelligence, satellite radio, this trim level. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay with the wire. So that is interesting. So the 10.25 inch screen, you're going back to the wired CarPlay, Android Auto. Probably not a big deal in this car. You can hide that wire, but interesting. That's the way they've worked it out. ECM, so electrochromatic, and basically an auto dimming rear view mirror with HomeLink, which means you can program it to your garage door openers. No big ugly garage door opener in your car. And with rear mirror, power window on the rear. Oh, auto up and down on all the power windows as well. So GT line, sporty trim, ventilated seats, power passenger seat with lumbar adjustments, sportier look all around, inside and out, and the auto child lock again. So as your cars are approaching you, those doors, instead of just warning you, they will lock those doors. All right. All of those models have a 1.6 liter turbo, 180 horsepower, 195 foot-pounds of torque, and all-wheel drive. Everything I've talked about so far in Canada. Moving on to the GT model. This is the one that I was excited about because it looks kind of cool. Bit of a surprise from our dealership's perspective. We were hoping it would be an all-wheel drive model. It is not an all-wheel drive model. So the only one not all-wheel drive is the top of the line with 311 horsepower. Kind of surprised by that. I'm wondering if it's just the driveline can't handle the power or the torque. Looks like the driveline would probably be shared, or at least a modified version of a shared Kia Seltos driveline, because it's a 1.6 liter turbo there, 1.6 liter turbo here. That would be a common shared driveline. That would make some sense. Maybe it couldn't handle the power, not sure. So here we go, GT. So again, we gained that sport look. We'll show you the wheels in a few minutes here. We're almost at, what are we at, half an hour? We're going to try to get this done before the half-hour mark, and then we'll take your questions from there. 2.5 liter turbo. We talked about that. 311 horsepower. Sorry, let's check the exact specs. 311 horsepower. No, sorry. 290 horsepower, 311 foot-pounds of torque. Excuse me, I misquoted that. 290 horsepower, 311 foot-pounds of torque. So good, powerful engine. 8-speed dual clutch transmission. So all of them are going to have 8 speeds. This one will be a dual clutch transmission. Should be a faster shifting transmission. It's front-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. MDPS rack and pinion steering. Probably an electric steering that may be able to adjust through buttons. I don't remember off the top of my head what MDPS stands for. MD, multiple, yeah, sorry, I just off the top of my head, I don't remember that. Sport suspension, so you do have a different ride in this car, sport suspension. Larger disc brakes, paddle shifters on the steering wheel. So just stop right there, powertrain mechanical. Think of the Forte GT. Those of you that know that car inside and out, looks similar to a Forte, but it's a true step up in performance. The Forte GT, also a front-wheel drive car, fantastic to drive. It's got a full different rear suspension on that car, larger disc brakes, those kind of things. So Forte GT, a lot of the same stuff here. Front-wheel sport suspension, larger front, says larger disc brakes. I think that's probably larger front disc brakes. It could be larger all the way around. This doesn't clarify here, and the paddle shifters. Parking collision avoidance assist in reverse. Just PCA is a new term for me, so I don't want to say exactly what that is, but obviously it's a collision avoidance system instead of just a warning system. We'll double check what that exactly means. 19-inch wheels. So the GT, one step bigger wheel again, a little bit less sidewall, a little bit more metal on there, and those are alloy wheels. So largest wheels, we'll show you what they look like in a minute. LED headlamps, low and high projection. So this is where I talk about, it looks like LED headlights throughout, but this is a different style. Projection LED headlight could be similar to, I don't know what we have. Maybe the Topline Sorento. This is probably a new lighting system for us. LED fog lights as well. Only want the LED fog lights. Silver painted radiator grille, dual black paint and chrome coating muffler. So kind of a cool looking dual muffler. Dark chrome rear skid plate. Sport bucket front seats. That tells me different seats in this GT. Sport bucket probably going to have a little bit more bolstering in the sides. Could be some other adjustments in there as well. I don't know if it'll be full like the Stinger seat. The Stinger GT is quite a nice seat. Metal paint and pad print hairline metal center fascia pattern. So basically the center fascia, instead of that wood look trim, it's going to have a metallic type look trim. Should be new to us. Okay, technology. This is the exciting bit. I don't think you Americans have this. You guys are writing a whole bunch of stuff. We'll get to that in a second. So technology in the GT trim. Bose premium speakers. 12 speaker system. So Bose premium audio with 12 speakers. Heads-up display that's on the windshield, so not the little panel that pops up in the Seltos or in the Soul. It is the windshield base like the Stinger and the Telluride. So heads-up display on the windshield. 12.3-inch Supervision display. So the center display screen, you're going to have an 8-inch in the early trim levels. You're going to go to a 10.25-inch in the GT line. And they're going to go to a 12.3-inch screen, which is the largest screen we have ever had here in Canada. That's going to be expected. Sorry, no, I might be reading this wrong. So excuse me, 12.3-inch Supervision display is going to be in the instrument cluster. So that's between the steering wheel, that display. So let me just back up. Looks like 10.25-inch screen on the side, but the entire instrument panel will be a 12.3-inch Supervision and full TFT LCD cluster. So that is the display in the center of the steering wheel, not the 10.25-inch screen that you'll still have there. Console rear ventilation duct, console inside USB charger port. So some extra ventilation and ducts in there. So, all right. Here let me show you the wheels. Black and white picture, sorry about that. You can see the wheels there. LX is still going to be a 5-spoke wheel, looks sharp. EX is going to add a sort of bit of a GT line look, but it looks like one's going to have a little more black detail. So this will have a little more black detail than that one on the GT line. This one's 1 inch bigger again. So 16-inch on this side, 18-inch in the middle, 19-inch on the far end there for the GT. Hopefully that helps. All right. Colors white, black. So glacial white pearl, very nice color. Ebony black, gravity gray, Pacific blue, passion red, and wolf gray. Wolf gray sounds interesting. Now the first 4 colors, white, black, gray, and blue, are available in all trim levels. The passion red is not available on the LX, but it will be on the 3 above that. And the wolf gray will not be available on the LX or EX, only GT line and GT. We are zipping through here. Just want to make sure. Okay. All right. Headroom, legroom, those are all numbers. 60-liter fuel tank capacity on all the cars. I'm not going to talk about interior volume unless that's really something somebody wants to know about. So 16, 18, and 19-inch wheels, we talked about that. That's it. All right. I'll take questions. Let me just jump through. Canadian K5 sounds like Christmas. Yeah, it does sound good. 16-inch wheels look solid. They do. This is all good. You don't think you guys got this? Okay. Okay, so let me just see. If you guys have any questions, now's a great time to ask. I'll try to go back here and see some that I missed. Yeah, so some of you guys are Americans and you guys get a little different car. If the price is embargoed until the 2nd of September, is there an ETA on when to expect the cars in the showroom? I don't have that information today at this video. There is probably an estimate of when they're coming. September is a possibility. I think that's the last I heard. I can't promise anything about availability of these cars. If you're interested in these cars, just connect with us. We would be happy to sell you one. As soon as they're available, we'll get them to you. I don't know if we can take pre-orders yet, but again, this is a live video. By the time some of you are watching, feel free to connect with us for a pre-order if that's something that you're interested in. And we will get more information as things go on. And one just quick clarification before everybody leaves. This information is preliminary. It is possible it will change. Obviously, certain things are not going to change, but it is possible the odd thing here or there could be tweaked. Okay. Korean K5 was mostly digital, American was not. So I think if you're talking about the cluster, so that's between the steering wheel, that gauge cluster, very similar to what we have in our current cars now until you move to the GT. Yeah, the GT. Then you have a 12 and a 12.3 inch, I think, display inside there. So it is a full digital display in there. So that's what somebody had asked about in the past. Where am I here? 12 point something. What did it say? Bear with me. 12.3 inch display. So that is the center display between the cluster between the steering wheel. Okay, no heated rear seats in the US. There we go. We have that. That's common. We have only cold weather here. You guys have hot and cool weather there. Auto child locks. We're not going to go there. You guys want the Optima stay? No, I'm okay with the K5. K5, let's be honest, guys. The Optima was a good car. It's a great price right now. It wasn't fully a class leader. It's like we did a video on it yesterday. It's talking about how it is still a very good car, and now the prices on it is fantastic for some people. This is a car I would drive. I probably wouldn't buy the Optima myself. This one looks a little more exciting. I like the tech in this car. Okay, so I think you guys are making fun of me drinking water instead of other stuff. You guys have no idea what's in my water bottle. I just call it my water bottle. It's a Friday. Okay. You guys are going to call it K5 the redesigned Optima. Call it whatever you want. As long as you call me and you want to buy it from us, that's cool. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? Okay, let's see. Might be delaying getting a new car. Yes. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, anything I went through too quickly, let me know. Otherwise, we'll sign out of this video. We are going to be live today talking about totally different things. Going to talk about Sorento and Sedona today, live at 2 o'clock, so you can join us again for that. Yeah, here's the thing, the highlight that I'm excited about. Everything's all-wheel drive on the lower trim level. I think that's a big step for this car, for us. I think that makes it a real good car to sell. That 8-inch screen is going to have wireless CarPlay, so the LX, EX are going to have wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Again, there was an asterisk by Android Auto. Might be certain trim levels of features, but just so you know, at least wireless CarPlay. It sounds like wireless Android Auto on the 8-inch screen. Great move forward. I think that's going to be a good thing for us. GT line intrigues me a little bit. Good fuel efficiency, kind of a sporty look. The GT intrigues me in the power. I was hoping it's all-wheel drive. It's not. Doesn't really bother me because I really love driving the Forte GT, and this is turned up a notch, a big notch. 290 horsepower, 311 foot-pounds of torque. It's a Forte GT is a fantastic driving car. I expect the same from the K5. And they're pointing out sportiness. They're talking about lower center of gravity, lighter weight, or lightweight for what it is. We can talk about weights if you want. He's doing optimal hybrid. Looking forward to an all-wheel drive. Yeah. So all-wheel drive will be great. Okay. 2020 cadenza. I don't have any information on that. Okay, I think we've covered everything we need to. I want to thank everyone for joining. Do me a favor, if you're on and you haven't given us a like yet, do me a favor, hit the like on this video. Feel free to subscribe. We're going to have K5 information. There's not many Canadian YouTube channels. There's no Canadian YouTube channel that's going to put as much information online as we are. So there we go. Is there Smart Park? No. 360 camera. Didn't see it, so don't expect it. That was one question I knew about earlier. I wasn't going to say for sure because I hadn't seen the production, but no Smart Park, no 360 camera expected. Compared to the Sonata, let's go there. Ours looks like it's going to be sportier. Certainly great technology. Already just like on the first like. All right. Appreciate your likes and subscriptions. Any more questions? If you guys want to ask it, go ahead, do it really quickly now. And 2016 Optima did have a 360 camera. Yeah, you know what? I'm not against it. There is some sort of rear parking assist system. So let's not judge it too quickly before we get there. And okay, is there 12.3 inch gauge cluster? Yes, there is on the GT. So top line model, there is a 12.3 inch gauge cluster in there. Not on any trim levels lower than that. It looks like 8 inch on the LX and 8X on the EX LX in the center display, and 10.25 inch above that. 12.3 inch cluster on the GT only. So that's good. Yeah, we are lucky. Welcome to Canada. This is just another reason to move to Canada, guys. All right, I'm going to leave it there. We're 37 minutes in. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Like I said, I know it's not the most exciting video, but it is the best way to get information out very quickly to you. Like I said, I don't know that we can take an order today, but if you want to order one, we want to be your dealer. We do this to earn your business. I don't think anybody else has done this for you today, so hopefully that's enough to earn your business. Give us a call, 519-304-6542. Go to our website, www.brantfordkia.ca. You can connect with our sales team there. As soon as we can take pre-orders, we will, and we can certainly connect with you. So I hope that helps. Hopefully you weren't too bored. I appreciate all of you staying online. And again, if you want to subscribe to our channel, if we can earn that. Oh, will there be a Sport Econ normal switch? So there likely will be drive modes. That's a good question. Doesn't really give me any details here. That's common. I would expect a smart mode. That is first came out the Stinger. It's moved its way into Sorento, into Forte, into some of our other cars. So smart mode would make sense. I don't know about the eco mode because the eco and smart, sometimes that's replaced, but probably a comfort mode, definitely a sport mode on some of them. Maybe all of them, and definitely I would expect to see a smart mode in many of them. Doesn't have any information on this, but that's typical for this information. It's just what I would expect. It's on the American model, so there you go. Like I said, guys, I haven't studied the American model because I didn't want to confuse my stuff. I will probably glance into the American models as well now just to see some of these details, see what they are in there. All right, thanks for joining us, everyone. We're going to wrap it up there. I really appreciate all of you, and we are live again at 2 o'clock today. We're going to do another video then. So I appreciate all of you, and have a great day.